Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. In this video today, I will be answering some of the most asked questions that I've been receiving. If you are wanting to learn more about the DV lottery, please continue to watch this video until the end. Without further ado, let's get into the question. How can I apply for the DV lottery? To apply for the DV lottery, you have to go on www.dvlottery.gov. That's the official website for you to apply for the DV lottery. You have to be very careful because there are so many websites that are scamming people, and if you are not using the correct website, you can be scammed. This is the official website. It usually starts from the beginning of October until almost the first or second week of November. This is also the official website where you're going to go and check for your result the following year. Another question that I received is, what are the benefits of winning the DV lottery? The benefits: when you win the DV lottery, you get easy access to receiving a green card. And first of all, to receiving the visa and then the green card. Compared to other ways of immigration to the US, with DV lottery, you get the opportunity to have the green card already, so you don't have to go through the immigration again, applying for you to be able to stay legally in the US. And the DV lottery gives you that opportunity to have the green card, so you can stay in the US and you can work in the US, you can study in the US. Literally, you can stay there legally without having any issue. How long does the process take to be in America after being selected? I'll take my example. I got selected in 2013 and I didn't make it to the US until 2014, and my interview as well was not until 2014. I would say, how long would it take from the time you get selected to the time you travel? It's probably going to be a lot of months because you have to look for a document, you have to make it to your interview, you have to find your transportation to travel. Short answer: from the time you are selected to the time of your interview, 1 year. 1 year. I only took a screenshot of my confirmation number. Is that a problem? No, I don't think it's a problem. The goal here is for you to keep that number, because it's with that number that you will be able to check whether you have been accepted or not. Keep in mind that the US government will not contact you and tell you you have been selected. It is your responsibility to go through the website and check if you have been selected. It's important to have that number. If you don't have that number and you lose it, unfortunately, the US government will not do anything about that. You need that number. Whether you screenshot it, whether you print it, whatever you do, just keep that number. This question is the most popular questions that I've received. The question is, if I don't have relatives, where can I say to the interviewer or at the interview that I'm going to live with? How to find a host if you don't have any? This is the most asked question. If you don't have a host in the US, let's say you just won the DV lottery, and you just don't have anywhere to stay or somewhere where to stay in the US, because at the interview, even when you're filing out the DS-260, which is before your interview, you need to have a US address. There is a place where you need to put your US address. You need to be sure that you have a place where to stay, because they will ask you for the address while you're filling your DS-260 form. And how can you find a host if you don't have families, you don't have friends in the US? Right now, currently, I see that there are many DV lottery agencies or immigration agencies that can help with finding a place where you can stay, and they can even help you with accommodations in terms of if you don't have means to buy your own ticket. I've seen agencies that do that. They do for you, and when you travel and you arrive to the US, you start working, then you can reimburse the money. There are so many agencies that do that. What I can advise you is to research the immigration or DV lottery agencies in your area. Research that and go to them. Go in person and go ask them these questions of how can I find a host? Another thing, I know that there are Catholic organizations that help with accommodation for immigrants. You can also go and research and see if they can refer you to another organization in the US. Search for agencies in your area, immigration agencies, and ask them this question, because I know some of them in my country of origin, that agencies that do that. Just and ask around and see if they can help you with that. Does the photo date make a difference? Am I going to be rejected if I play with the old photo? I have not seen a case of someone being rejected or someone being selected with the old photo. If you have been selected and you played with your old photo, by old I mean older than 6 month old, if you or a photo that you have played with the previous year, the previous DV lottery, please let me know in the comment below. But personally, I've not seen somebody who got accepted with the whole photo. It's just advisable to use a photo that is less than 6 months old. I don't think it's worth the risk. If you can get a photo, if you can get a new photo every time, I would advise you to do so. But I don't think really it can play a big difference. If you still look the same, I don't think it can really affect you. It can only affect you if you have had some sort of surgery on your face that makes a huge difference, that when they look at the two photos, you look different. I would advise you to just take a new photo every time you're playing the DV lottery. Just don't take the risk. This question says, what is a police certificate? Is it the same as the police report? No, it's not the same. A police certificate, a police report, let me start with police report. A police report is for a specific event. Let's say you have a car accident, or you have robbers coming to your house, a police comes and and you report to them and they write a police report for that event. Or you have an accident, they write a report for that event. But a police certificate, it's for your entire life, and it's for every applicant from 16 years old. If you are 16 years old of age and above, you need a police certificate. For anyone under 16 years old of age, they don't need one. It doesn't matter if you're not the principal applicant, you need the police certificate. From the age of 16 to your current age, it shows your criminal record. It's not the same thing. And DV Lottery, they don't ask for the police report, they ask for the police certificate. This next question says, please, is the high school transcript mandatory? Yes, the high school transcript is mandatory for each principal applicant. Now, if you don't have the, I don't think it's a transcript, but a diploma. I don't think they ask for the transcript. They ask for high school diploma. You need to show your high school diploma. I don't think they asked me when I was traveling. I don't think they asked me for the transcript, but they asked for the diploma. You have to show the high school diploma. And if you can show the high school diploma, you can just if you can show the high school diploma, that means you have to show job experience certification. You have to have the paper that shows that you have job experience if you don't have high school diploma. Another important question here. Hello, please. I have played the lottery. Please, I want to ask if I played the lottery out of my country and it comes out and I won. Would I have to go back to my country of origin for the interview? This person says if they're in a different country, they play the lottery and it comes that they have won. Let's say you have played the lottery, you are from Congo, you have played the lottery and you, while you're waiting for the result, you travel to Zambia and let's say you've won. You're in Zambia and you have won. Would you go back to Congo? Yes, you have to go back to Congo to complete your process. The only time where you don't have to go back to your country is if you're in the US. If you're already in the US but you don't have the legal document to stay there for long and you have won the DV lottery, you can just do all your paperwork. You can just be in contact with immigration services and do your paperwork from the US. However, if you're in a different country other than the US, you have to go back to your country of origin where you were where you play the DV lottery from. I have two more. This one says, do you have due date to fill the DS260 form after you are selected? Do you have the due date? They give a due date. Yes, they give a due date. Let's say you are, I'll give my example. I got selected in 2013, and they won't give you the interview date unless you have sent the DS260. And they said you have to complete everything. By everything, I mean DS260, your interview, and getting your visa all before the next year in July. That's usually what they give you. You have to make sure you complete that DS260 form as soon as possible, literally as soon as possible, as soon as you can. Do it, because it can delay the other things. If they have not processed your DS260, it can delay the whole thing. Do it as soon as possible so you can get your interview and you can get your visa to travel before July of the following year. Last question. This one is a bonus question. This is just me giving you this bonus question and answer. If you live in a country that is not eligible to play for DV, if you live in a country that is not eligible to play for DV lottery, but you are born in a country that is allowed to play, what do you do? You are currently living in a country, let's say Nigeria is not a country that is allowed to play for DV lottery, and you currently live in Nigeria, but you are not born in Nigeria. Let's say you are born in Zambia, but you are currently living in Nigeria. What do? You can apply for the DV lottery. If you have a birth certificate from your country of origin, you can still apply. And of course, you have to go back to your country of origin to complete the processing. If you live in a country that is not eligible, you can still apply for the DV lottery as long as you have the birth certificate of the country of origin that is eligible to play for DV lottery. I hope this makes sense. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope that these answers give you some clarity in some of the questions that you were having about the DV lottery. See you in my next video. Bye bye. Take care.